Welcome back, you beautiful brave hearts, and I truly mean that. Okay, so now it's spring, it's summer. Everybody's going to forget to wear their face insulator, okay, because it's so beautiful. If it was damp out and cold, I know people that wear their face insulator because they says it helps to keep their face warm. So I guess we all pick our priorities, don't we? You know? I'd rather have my oxygen cut down, but have my face warm. So I get it. No, I don't. Anyways, today I want to thank everybody who has watched, who has participated, and who is still participating. Yeah, the 6-day advanced water fasting challenge. For some people, it's their celebration day. Maybe other people, it was their celebration day after the first day, second day, third day, fourth day. Maybe it's a celebration after even a half a day because you've never ever went without eating for a half a day before, and you need to pat yourself on the back. You need to understand something, okay? All right? It's not perfection we're trying to shoot for today, okay? We're just trying to bring up our frequency 1% every day. And if we can do that, and make that our only goal. Because did you ever try to take like 2 or 3 or 4 steps at once? Some people fall down and they hurt themselves. And the reality is your subconscious, whenever you take on something new to you, new to you, will try to stop it. Even if it might save your life, change your life, save your relationship with yourself or someone else, it will try to stop it. Because the subconscious says anything that is new, but then anything that vibrates much higher than you are vibrating, I don't know about that. You know, it says, you know, it can vibrate a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, because your subconscious is meant to protect you in life. It is your greatest protector, but guess what? It is my friend to the end, but for most, it's their frenemy. What do I mean about that? Well, you know, we need to be able to have prominent, dominant thoughts because that's how it enables us to remember how to tie our shoes and make coffee and get our pants on, go to the bathroom, do the things that we do. Think about all the things you do without even thinking. So that's what your subconscious is for, so that you don't have to continually think all the time. But now guess what? The majority of the population never thinks at all. That's why they're called sleepwalkers. That's why the elite call us useless eaters, because we're that stupid to eat the food that they produce that's poisoning us and killing us. And that's why you're a useless eater. Not because you eat, but you're useless in the way that you don't use your brain. And if somebody doesn't use their brain, they're useless. okay? Because God gave you a brain, and there's a lot more to it than that. Like your bacteria in your colon talk to your brain, so they got to be healthy too. But let's just talk about the brain. So the brain is mainly the subconscious, 90%, and the thing is your prominent, dominant beliefs that you have in that brain aren't even yours. Okay, they're borrowed. Okay, they're borrowed, or they're taught, or they're trained. Okay, in you. You know, think about it. If I had my choice, I would have never went to school for as long as I did. Okay, so I went to school for like 16 years, 17 years, and seriously. Okay, I wouldn't have done it. If I could have rewrite my story, but then my parents aren't going to listen to a guy in a diaper or a guy that is 8 years old and says, I don't want to go to school because it's for fools. I always thought it was, never really liked it, because I wasn't living my passion and my purpose. Wouldn't it be something if we were to allow, as soon as the child, you know, you're going to guide the child, but as soon as the child really does what we would call deeper thinking, right? Because at the first 7 years, you're kind of just taking in information and there's no filters. So just think of the garbage that gets poured into a person by their family. Now, why am I talking about all this today? Well, because advanced water fasting, even though you think it's a physical thing, it is a psychological cleanse. So yes, you're going to get rid of the issues in your tissues, but the issue started in your brain, and you need to retrain your brain. And if you were to bring up your vibration physically, then you could actually think a little bit more clear that 1 and 1 aren't 11, they're actually 2. Like, let me tell you something right now. You know, people used to say to me, even when I was really young, what do you mean you don't know about that? You don't watch the news? You're not up on sports? You're not up on politics? You're not up on these things? Well, let me just tell you something. We now know that those people are the program people. If you were to mind your own business, your own passion, your own purpose, if you were to understand that the 2 most important days of your life, for me anyways, I'm not going to tell you're an individual, you're authentic, and you truly are authentic, that it's changed throughout my life. You know, most important times when I graduated college, when I got my doctorate, you know, when I had my first relationship back then, that would have been it. So, you know, it changes as time changes, you change, everything changes. And today it's, the first day would be when I was, not the first day, but the second most important day of the 2 days would be when I was born. And because who cares, you know, I can be really proud of that and be so grateful that I was actually created by that which created the universe. And I'm a part of that. But the most important thing for me is the day that I actually woke up and said, I'm not my authentic self. I'm going to do that. I'm going to fill my heart up 100%, not make anybody else responsible. I'm going to be tank full all the time. And no matter what the crisis is, I feel emotion. I'm not a robot, but I'm not going to do what the majority does. Depending on how deep the crisis is, will depend on how fast and how long they lose it and how much they create dis-ease within inside themselves. So, you know, people are getting cancer. Well, every autoimmune disease is a self-hate program, a self-loathing program on a deep subconscious level. And I'm going to have people attacking me on here about this, but that's okay. Do whatever you need to do. Get it off your chest. The reality is this, that if you totally loved and cared for yourself and you knew what unconditional love was, you could make a mistake or fall down, dust yourself off. What can I learn from this? I don't want to burn from this. I'm not going to judgment jail for not 1 minute, not 1 day. And do I need to apologize to someone, or do I need to apologize to the most important someone, myself, or to someone else? So you have to understand you have to be the most important person that you apologize to and that you actually hold accountable, okay? It's not the rest of the world, because they're not accountable to you. They pretend that they are. All these systems out there were never built for you, and you are a complete fool if you think they were. So until you know about what self-care is and what self-love is, and that that there's no hero coming for you, okay? Superman is a movie. If Superman was coming, they would have been here already. They're not coming. But don't you worry, the game will go on. And just like right now, they're going to loosen off in a lot of different countries because it's too hot. People won't want a mask on, and they'll get yeast and fungal problems on their face. And also because it's hot, and people don't drink enough in the summer, people will be fainting more and getting more anxious because people don't know to drink structured water, even enough of it, or to eat foods that are live. So they're going to be protecting their butts, okay, by slacking off. And then as soon as it gets cold again and you need to warm your face up, go put 5 masks on, will you? And then, you know, you'll cut your oxygen off because the rest of the sleepwalkers will be putting their mask on again. Watch how the masks come down right up until around August the 14th to just after Labor Day. And then we'll all get back to work and see how slowly we can kill ourselves. Because they can't kill you fast, and you only kill yourself fast, then everybody would know that you don't like yourself, and they don't want to kill you fast because we'd be able to point the finger at them, right? So there's actually called newborn water. I was going to show it to you, but I forgot today. It's on my Telegram. And in the newborn water, it's heavily dosed with fluoride. Now we're going to have parents that don't do any detective work, don't use their brain at all, okay? And I use my brain all the time. You know, the average person, the majority of the people are in the present moment by 2 to 5%. Now, if you wonder why I'm not looking at the camera so much today, because it's the craziest thing, but I woke up feeling stoned this morning. So I'm trying to focus and access information from my brain. You know, I'm just like you, right? Okay? We have our ups and down moments and things of that nature. God love our parents, but our parents are adulterated. And it's not like I just called them a sinner or a failure or stupid. The reality is who could ever get here and not have generations of adulteration into adults, and then have the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds decide exactly what books are going to come into the schools the whole time you're in school, because every approved governmental institution is mental and toxic and twisted, and they'll you know, you have to understand, if you were in charge of the world for thousands of years and you were kind of psycho crazy, you would have this all perfected. You know, think about it. We've been here before, okay? The situation we're in, we've been here before. And it happened over in Germany, and then there was Stalin. And we've been here before. So just understand, they're getting better at what they do, but we're not getting better at what we do. We're not getting better at what we do. And what is that? Loving and caring for ourselves. So I don't have to listen to them at all and go, are they right? Aren't they right? Do we debate this? There's nothing that's going to come out of their mouths that I want, because the highest vibration that they could give me is the lowest vibration I've probably been at in my whole life. So if you watch the news, listen, I got to tell you something. I never do. But if you watch the news, okay, because I did watch the news about 2 months ago. I can't say I never do. And I only did it for 10 minutes. And I went to our main news station in Canada, and then I went and watched CNN. If you watch these kind of news stations, then I don't even know why you haven't killed yourself yet. Seriously. Okay, so do you actually believe that's the real world we live in? They create the world that they want you to think that we live in, and then you create it in your mind. And understand, every time you replay a story, whether the story's real or not, or whether it's a love story, adventure, hero story, or it's a thriller, horror, fearful story, your brain doesn't know the difference. So when people come to me and they say, I've got this illness and this illness, and I'll say, you're allowed to tell the story once. I love you. Now you're going to come from your heart. You're going to be a brave heart hero, and you're not going to keep repeating this. And when you leave my office, you're not going to tell yourself the story. And I'm not telling you that they go out and go, hey, you want to know my story? I'm a 3-time cancer survivor. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the story you tell yourself. The story you tell yourself creates your personality that has created your reality map of financial, emotional, and physical success or failure. So the most important day of my life was understanding that I'll be on this planet, and if I totally love and care and respect and honor myself unconditionally, that I won't finish the game and actually find my true self, because I am a spirit. I am a time traveler. I am a piece of that which created the universe. So down here, I need to mold and shape this. And even if I just do it 1% every day, that means every 100 days, I've created a new me. I don't want to be the old me. And you know what? If you've got an illness or a disease or an autoimmune disease, or you've got relationship problems with the same problem with everybody else, or you've got people that you have this continual problem with, okay, then you're not working on the authentic self, because it's actually about just recognizing the spirit more than the physical body. And that's, now what am I talking about? Well, I'm done with my pitch today, but it's all about awareness. And nothing gives you more awareness than a 6-day advanced water fasting challenge. Can you type in 8 zeros for me, please, Sean? I lost it. Okay, so what I want to do here is go to the questions, and then I'm going to go on my phone. Can you grab my phone, Sean, from them?
Yep.
And I'm going to go through some of just my one-a-days and look at questions. So, you know, if I'm not moving along fast enough, maybe you want to come back later, because I'm going to take time today to just try to answer as many as I can. And they won't be just about fasting, but everybody just know this. We will be doing another fasting starting July the 14th. And that'll be the 2-week prep. And then we'll do a 6-day advanced water fasting. And then that'll be over. Wrong phone. Okay? Can you give it back to them so they can answer this? So my phone is the silver one. Okay? So where was I? I'm there. I got it. So where was I now? So we will be doing another 6-day water fast, and that will be over on July the 6th. And I will be out of here by August the 20th. And we will still have our clinic here in Canada. We'll still have our fulfillment in Canada. But we will not have our main office. No, wrong phone, please. It's a silver one with the case. I got too many phones. So we're going to be opening up what's called Extapa Palace, World Healing and Training Center. It's got 220 room condos, and it's a really beautiful place, and it's just near Zeewatenagle, an international airport. And we're going to be doing everything from personal treatment and trainings that will last 1 week. And then we'll be doing what's called the New World Practitioner, where if you just wanted to come for the 22-day hardcore training, you can do that. But then we're going to take a day off, then we're going to make it into 28 days, no extra charge to anyone. And I'll be meeting with all of my practitioners that have come for the course 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. 2 hours in the morning, we'll meet somewhere beautiful. We'll probably be in a pool, okay? We'll probably be in the pool, and we'll be talking for about 2 hours about your business, your relationships, things that, you know, you want to understand, like techniques, strategies, illnesses or products. And then at nighttime, we're going to have a conversation about how we market ourselves. Some of the greatest practitioners out there are terrible marketers. So what we've done is, with the International Training Institute of Health, is we've actually got our own marketing team. And we're responsible for never wasting your time or your money. So I've had enough problems with my practitioners failing that are great practitioners. I'm not letting it happen. We have our own video team down there of 3 people. We have another video splicer dicer up here in Canada. You know what? Go big or stay home right now. And we're building a whole new staging. What do you call that down there?
A TV studio.
Yeah, we're building a whole TV studio. And I won't tell you how much it's going to cost, but it's enough. And we want to create these healing centers around the world. Extop is going to be the first one. We actually have people coming down for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and even a year. We'll be starting an apprenticeship program down there. So let's say that you just raised your children, and you wanted to get away, and you wanted a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trip. Extop is so beautiful. It's got like 25 miles of biking trails. It's so clean and it's so peaceful, and I'm not making this up. It's It's just a beautiful place to live. There's only 3,200 that actually live in Ixtapa itself. And then Zihuatanejo, about 35,000 people. So we want to create an atmosphere that somebody can come down there and every day partake. We're going to be having some of the greatest practitioners around the world and teachers who teach different programs and protocols. They'll be using our new studio, but also they'll be coming down and doing live trainings at Ixtapa. So you understand, it's not about Doc of Detox, not about the International Training Institute of Health. It's about showing people the buffet of frequency, light, so that you can turn on your own light, because that's really what it's about. That's the only way to protect yourself, is to know how to be a self-sustaining, what is that now? What's that called? The energetic bunny? What is it? The Energizer? The Energizer. So you want to become your own Energizer bunny, and you can do that. Like Tesla knew how to create energy from nothing, but you're everything. So how much energy should you be able to create for yourself if you understood that you were a spirit being? All right. Anyways, I know I'm rattling a little bit. So we'll have personal treatment and trainings down there, from the perfect pain-free pregnancy to the couples training on how they can learn how to do the Wolfe non-surgical, and emotionally start learning how to understand themselves and have a beautiful relationship first. Because if you don't have a beautiful relationship with yourself, you don't have one with someone else. And you think you got great relationships with other people, but that's because most people, their relationships actually are so low vibrational, you got nothing to shoot for. Geez, 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, and 1, 2, or 3 of them, 50% of the population is going to die of heart disease. The other 50% of cancer. So you're going to get a double whammy here. And then we're not even talking about this conspiracy theory that somebody dreamed up. Like, really? Okay, all right, whatever. So people are coming down and they're realizing that quality of life is everything. And that if you have quality of life and you live your passion and purpose, money, food, and love, and everything energy you've ever wanted, it just comes naturally. Okay? It just comes naturally. So go out there to try to make money with fear. Oh my God, you'll be so exhausted. You'll come home. Oh no, honey, I don't want to talk. I just need a beer. I just need a toke. I got to get to sleep. I'm aching all over. Yeah, I know. That's right. You got sucker punched. I get it. Okay. John, how and where can I get unpoisoned water? Well, I'll tell you what I would do. All water's been poisoned. There's no organic left on the planet. Someday there will be, but it won't be in my lifetime. So just know, when you buy organic, you're not buying organic. And so if I can say this on a side note, don't go buy organic. Don't buy organic. Go buy it from the farmer that doesn't have enough money to spray not spray, but go buy it from the farmer that doesn't have enough money to certify, because it's like $10,000 minimum to certify your organic fruits and vegetables. Another scam jam. It should be free. If you do the right thing, you shouldn't be punished. If you do okay, let me tell you, I've had enough. This is why I'm going to Mexico, because I'm creating my own oasis, 220 condo units there, and I am the king of the castle. And the king of the castle says it's going to be total self-love, total care, and no fear here. And we are going to learn how we can help each other and understand when somebody irritates you, maybe you need to grow a little. Okay, but as far as this, I can't grow from this. Okay, so anyways, find a farmer that doesn't get the certification. He'll be giving you a fair price then, and then no chemicals. And ask him how he treats his soil, because a lot of the organic, there's no minerals in the soil. They're gone. But because there wasn't any pesticides or sprays or chemicals, you just got ripped off. Okay? I'll tell you, you can believe it or not, but there are fruits and vegetables that you will get that are commercial and sprayed that have a higher vibration than some organics. And I'm not against organics. Okay? I'm not against it. But everything is twisted. Listen, when I get on and talk about my humic fulvic, which people don't have to believe, but I'll have scientific data, that we have the most high vibrational and pure humic fulvic in the world. You heard what I just said, right? Okay. Only 2% of the humic fulvic doesn't have chemical residue in it that people eat. Next thing, C60. Go look it up, carbon 60. I have the highest quality of carbon 60 in the world, And the company that makes the most carbon 60 in the world and sells it to all the other companies can't even come near us with a 10-foot pole. This is stuff. This is being a detective. You got to be a good detective and understand that everybody almost lies, cries, and justifies. Okay? And down in the States, it's like the Wild West. Okay? You can almost get away with anything. And then up here, we're not allowed to say anything. We can't talk. Okay? Here's our product. That's it. So I can talk about the actual frequency, the vibration, the purity of it, and prove it. And I'm going to do it. Every one of our products, I can prove it. Okay? And we're going to continually do our detective work to bring our products up, to bring our trainings up. Oh, back to the trainings. So we got the couples training. Okay? We got the family training down in Extapa. We also have the PTT sports training where we teach athletes and where we teach people who actually teach people about when you go to the gym, you know, the fitness trainers and the private fitness trainers. We teach them how to do the Wolfe non-surgical, okay, enough in 5 days that if their person they were personally training actually pulls their shoulder out or they have a knee problem, how they can reverse it in a few minutes. Because if you can get right on it and tweak the person, okay, and untie the knot that they're feeling, that they feel they may tear out, because when you tie a knot, it's shorter, whether it's a muscle or a tendon, and we already know there's scar tissue and calcium in there. So we've got pain-free pregnancy for husband and wife or whoever, partners, right? And we have the couples training. We have the joint therapy training where we just teach you how to work on all the joints in the body and nothing else, because the secrets lie in the joint, not in the muscles, not in the tendon. It doesn't. It lies in the joint. And if you understand that, and you understand origin insertion, I don't care if you've been practicing for 40 years, you can't even come close to my practitioners that have only been studying for 11 days. And I will match anybody. This is not to be a smarty. This is to tell you that things are watered down. I want to do it. Any chiropractor, physiotherapist, massage therapist, acupuncturist, or any doctor, you know, I'm not talking about emergency surgery. I will do what we do with the perfect day, okay, and then with the Wolfe non-surgical. I will love the challenge. Anybody can give me that, and I'll tell you why. At the end of the day, I want a practitioner in every family, in every household around the world. You get one in every family, and that's it. And if that person can hold the line, hold the Braveheart line, that's the only way we get this world and ever own it for the first time. Because when you can teach total self-care, total self-love, you're getting it all. So we've got all these personal treatment and trainings happening in Mexico. You can come down and take what we call, you're going to love this one. You can come down for 90 days. I'll be doing this once a year, where I actually teach my course 3 times. And when you do, you become a master trainer. And then if you help us train 2 courses after that 2 times, okay, you become a master practitioner first, and then you become a master trainer. You can train for me around the world. You can train for me in your hometown. And understand this, if you come and take my 22-day, well, actually, you can stay for 22 days, or you can stay for the whole 28, where the last 5 days we take 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night, and just talk like family and really put everything on the table. Because after 22 days of intensive and a day off, when you come back and you give room to breathe, you know, if somebody was talking all the time, you'd go insane. You need silence. You need to be able to breathe. You need to be able to process. And then we'll go through that. I will put anybody that comes only one time to my 22-day training or 28-day training against any practitioner. I don't care if you've been in business for 2 years or 20 or 30. Let me know when you want to do that. I've got, okay, and I'll do that to the freshest class that I have. Because what we do even after the training, we build them their websites. We give them affiliate programs. What we do after that is I'm on every week teaching them. The learning will never stop. And that's the deal. The learning does stop for people, or they keep on getting just brochures in the mail that they need to do, or some organization is continually grooming and programming the professional. That's why we're in a mess today. So why are we getting sicker when there's millions of natural health practitioners and millions of medical people in the world, and we haven't made one step forward? We have gone backwards. Okay? All right. So unpoisoned water, why don't you take a look at a spring natural springs in your area and try to get it where it's coming off a mountain, okay? Or it's a fast moving underground river that then bubbles up because it'll be a better chance of being structured, and then take that and put it through a structured water unit. That's as good as it gets. It doesn't get any better. You know, you can buy like a $10,000 purification machine, but if you don't structure your water, and a structured water unit is not expensive and it lasts forever, doesn't take electricity. And what are you going to do if there's no electricity? What are you going to do? What are you going to do if you don't have a filter? Because they want to take us down that bloody road. At least if I can structure anything I drink, I am protected. And maybe there's still toxins in it, but I'm not poisoning myself when I structure my water. Go take a look at our structured water units, and believe it or not, can you go tell them to bring one in so I can at least show the new people? And this is not a sales pitch. Do whatever you want. It's out there by the sink. We don't have any. We sold out, and we won't have them in until Monday. Okay, so unpoisoned water? Well, no, if you structure water, then it's unpoisoned. Okay, let's look at it this way. The rain comes down, John, and it's full of heavy metals, and we know in chemicals, and little BG is spraying the skies. Why is it that not one organism, whether it's bacteria, birds, bees, flowers, trees, and humans, and vegetables, and the things we grow, why aren't they damaged by all this acid rain and heavy metal? Because it's naturally structured by the atmosphere. And so what we do is we naturally structure water, even straight from the tap. I travel around the world. I won't go buy a bottled water that's got plastic in it and chemicals in it. Are you like crazy? I mean, who are these people that buy water in plastic bottles? I mean, seriously, talk about programming. Stay the heck off the TV. That's just usually bottled water. And then I love the Fiji thing, going and paying all this money to get water from Fiji. What a crock. Marketing is smart. This is smart marketing. I'll come up against any Fiji water any day and have somebody drink the Fiji, or have them drink even Kangen, or have them drink, there's lots of different ways to do it. But the reality of it's not structured. They can't beat the hydration, they can't beat the protection, and they can't beat the detoxification of a structure unit that will last you forever. You can pour any liquids through this, it comes through this end. You can pour wine through it, and I don't suggest drinking anything but organic wine because the vibration is much higher, okay? But if you're going to buy wine that's regular, it's got 140 chemicals, disease-causing chemicals in it. You put it through a structure unit, you now protected yourself, and even if you drank the quart, you won't wake up with a hangover. Yeah, there you go. Try that one out for size, okay? All right, next. Miriam, what is the best way to protect yourself from spike protein shedding from others who have taken the jab? I'll tell you how, like it was before we had it. That's the God's truth. Okay, let me just say this. If you created the perfect day for yourself, eating high vibrational foods, drinking high vibrational water, and hanging out with only high vibrational people or in nature. And then as far as this, you know what they say, right? Vitamin C is really good against it. Well, how about carbon 60, which I do have the best in the world. And when I put the article up, well, I'm going to do this article on all the other ones. And I'm not going to mention names or anything. I'm just going to show you something. I have the best in the world. The way it's made, where it comes from. Our carbon 60 comes from Russia. And that is the best carbon 60 in the world. I'm going to tell you how they make it. I'm going to tell you what we do with it. I'm going to tell you what other people do with their stuff and why you're getting ripped. And you know what? There's actually carbon 60 out there that is double our price of our hemp oil, coconut oil, and olive oil. And guess what? It's not even half the quality. End of story. I don't care. I can tell the truth. So now we know that vitamin C is really good against it, but carbon 60 is 250 times stronger than vitamin C in the body. It's also called the miracle molecule. Okay. And actually, if you want to know something, don't believe me, but who buys the most of the carbon 60 olive oil, coconut oil, and hemp oil in the world? Who buys it? The military. They have their officers on it. And also, you're not going to believe me on this one, but the elite. It's one of their favorite products. Why don't you do your homework and you'll find out why. And it also neutralizes free radicals, which like free radicals from blue light, 5G, from the food we eat, the water we drink, blah, 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 the toxic people we're around. Okay, so there's one thing. Next thing is vitamin D. You do whatever you want. I'm only telling you what I do. You don't have to do what I do, okay? But I have what's called a vitamin D light. I'll show it to you tomorrow Friday. I'll show you the vitamin D light with the Tesla crystals, okay? Oh, hold on one second, everyone. No, they're gone. All right, that was interior health. Oh, that should be fun.
Oh, they're calling me too.
Why?
Because Drake, probably.
What?
Probably. Never mind.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, later. Okay. So with vitamin D, and tell everybody not to deal with it. I'm dealing with it. Nobody deals with it. Just tell them to get off. Okay, so where was I? So vitamin D. If I didn't have the vitamin D light, which I'll show tomorrow, and the Tesla crystal panels, then I would do 20,000 IUs of vitamin D a day with 1K. And if I felt I was coming down with the C thing, or I wasn't well, and I've done this before, and I would take 50,000 IUs of vitamin D with a K, and I do that twice a day. Okay, so now there's the vitamin D, and we talked about vitamin C, but we talked something better than the vitamin C. What's the next thing? Well, everybody, people out there, calcium ions, they are calcium ions and iodine ions are the two most important communicators in your body. So calcium ions stop being made after the age of 30 and 40 if you're lucky. So there's a product that we have called calcium ion therapy, and you can call the office. You can also go to our shop and you can see a page on it, but you can't buy the products. You can't buy the products on our shop because it's too powerful. You think I'm kidding? Well, if the product wasn't good, trust me, I wouldn't be able to sell it. It's just beyond amazing because calcium ions do over 120,000 chemical and hormonal processes every second of your day when you've got them in your body. And if you go and watch the videos in my library at docofdetox.com, get ready for the training of your life and understand that this is the only calcium product that works. It actually breaks and makes and breaks bone properly, and it creates all the communication for all your cells to talk and not become dysfunctional, okay, and be in big trouble. So it also decalcifies the calcium around the mitochondria. Your mitochondria have to spin millions of times per second. And the reality is they can't anymore because of miscommunication, not enough ions, and also the displaced calcium because of not enough ions to get the calcium back in the bone for the making and the breaking. But there's way more than that. It's deep, okay? Not deep, you'll get it quickly. But we're not supposed to have physical calcium is in our plants, plant food mainly, seeds, nuts, berries, fruit, veggies. That's where we get it from. That's the calcium we want as far as physical. To actually take a physical calcium supplement is a waste of money. Okay, so we know that calcium ions and iodine ions are the most important thing for communication. And if you've got communication, then you've got regeneration, restoration, rejuvenation. So the only iodine in the world, and I'm ready to be challenged by the people from Lugos and Nascent and any other iodine. We have the only pure iodine in the world called infinite iodine. You can spray it in your eyes. You can put it in your ears. We also do vaginal infusion with it. But the reality is if you spray it in the back of your throat, you can kill any virus in 15 seconds. And that's not me. That's the National Institute of Health stating that, Dr. Steve. And but you can also nebulize it. And just like you can nebulize the calcium product we have, and the ions become a vapor. And what you do is, can you grab me the, this is one of the biggest, most powerful things you can do. If you want to protect yourself against the V, people who got the V, and if you want to protect yourself against people that are just bloody well unhealthy and their petri dish is full of bugs, because environment dictates everything. So this in here right now is calcium ions I put in, but you can also do the iodine, but you got to do them separately. And with the iodine, our iodine, don't use another iodine, it won't work. And it won't work. So you use for 1 mil, you use 3 mils of water, structured water. So 1 mil of iodine and 3 mils of structured water. Okay? All right? And then you get yourself a nebulizer off of Amazon, and that's what you do with the iodine. And with the calcium, I want you to do the same thing. Is I want you to do 1 mil of the calcium ion therapy and 3 mils of structured water. And then nebulize that and find out what's going on. There's nothing more powerful than a gas, and you can actually put it up to your eye and nebulize with the iodine right on your eyeball if you've got an eye problem, and it feels good. You might feel a little bit of tingling. Well, that's disinfecting, because iodine is the greatest disinfector in the world. And everybody and every child needs iodine every day. And they took it out of our diet in 1974, and then increase in thyroid problems. Tell me I'm lying. An increase in breast cancer through the roof. An increase in our mentality. You know why they did it? The main reason? Because if you don't do iodine every day, your mentality drops. Like, that's not showing. Okay. So the reality is that every child needs iodine every day. Okay, that's why mothers that are pregnant need to take iodine and iodide. We have it in 2 forms. Iodide feeds the thyroid, feeds the hormones, makes T3, T4 killer cells. And then the iodine disinfects, and whatever's left over turns into iodide that goes into the parathyroid, thyroid, and then make the killer cells as well. But without iodine in your body, you never have the perfect healthy cells that you used to have. Take it or leave it. It's science. Okay. So we talked about the iodine. We talked about the vitamin C, which was the carbon 60. We talked about vitamin D. Okay. Now, well, guess what's really important? Our concentrated humic and fulvic. That's right. Our humic and fulvic, our humic is the smallest molecular and purest humic, and it will actually wrap itself around any viral, any bacterial, any fungal. And guess what? Our fulvic acid, okay, is the same thing, but it will actually pick up 3 times its weight in heavy metals and acidity, and it'll bring the nutrition into the cells much more efficiently and hydrate the cells better. And it also brings in 60 different micronutrients, the fulvic, into your cells. So those are the things that I would go with. And then I would always do daily cleansing tea. And I would always take a look at, try to get myself to do the ultimate coffee enema. Depending how sick you are will depend on how often you need to do it. But I would look at that, and if you have an open mind and you understand that you've been kicking the living crap out of your liver for how many years have you been here? And how toxic was the water, the food, and the emotions? Well, the liver picks up a lot of that. A lot of hate and anger goes in there. Mainly hate goes into the liver. And why do you think people have cirrhosis of the liver and fatty liver? Fatty liver is because they need to create the fat to store all the acidity and toxins. And the liver cirrhosis of the liver is actually scar tissue. And whether you want to believe this or not, children that are even only 12 years old have fatty livers now, and cirrhosis and cirrhosis scar tissue in their liver. And you already know about the scar tissue issue. So that's it. That's what I would do. I'd be making sure that I was drinking lots of water, structured water. I'd be on the perfect day diet. I would make sure that the EMF was turned off in my home if I wasn't using it. Okay, I'd make sure that I lived in the country. I would make sure that nothing comes into my home that is chemical or poison. I would make sure that I get a pair of Tesla glasses, because there's no way you're not going to look at a telephone or a computer or have LED lighting. And we know that blue light poisoning, they say, is worse than 5G in many ways, because it actually, your brain sees, not your eyes. It picks up light and picks up frequency, and you're actually burning your brain out. Okay, you're burning your brain out, and that's why you've got eye burning, and you've got cataracts, glaucoma, detached retina. I could go on forever about this, but understand something. You can believe this or not believe this, but when I was younger and even into my 20s, I wore glasses. And then I had reading glasses up until a few years ago. I don't need anything. Sean, do you ever see me with any reading glasses?
Nope.
No, I can read the smallest print now, because I've changed my mind and decided I have a larger potential, and I also know what to do, because I'm a detective. I'm not the smartest practitioner. I'm not the oldest. I'm not the youngest. But the reality is guess what? I'm like a pit bull and a detective, and I'm going to find the truth that lies behind the so-called truth behind the so-called truth. When you pull back one curtain, get ready to pull back another 100, because how deep does the maze go? Okay, so I could just, if you wanted to tell me what I would do against these people that are Spike Leeing, then what I would tell you is it would take me 45 minutes, but I could create a whole program. And it would be different than what the medical doctors are saying and some of the scientists, because they're not into nature as much. They're not into natural health as much. I know my stuff. I look at their stuff, I look at my stuff, I look at everybody's stuff, and then I make it my stuff and make it the best stuff you've got. That's what I do. And if you've got a better idea, let me know. There are a couple other tricks. I don't want to mention them on here. Okay? Well, I've already structured water. I've already talked about that. What is the best way to... okay, got that. What is the best water you recommend? I already talked about that. It's structured water. I'm sorry, but it is. It's structured water before everything else. And, yeah, it's just that, you know what? This, you buy it once, you don't, and it never wears out. Never breaks down. Doesn't need electricity. That's the way life should be. Total independence. I don't want any more questions. Tell him that, okay? Why does coffee go straight through me and give me upset stomach? You could be a type instead of an O type. I won't say that's true. That's blood type. The other thing is you could have a nervous stomach because you haven't learned how to calm down and unleash your brave heart. So it's either psychological or it's physical. And it also could because you have addictive habits. Even taking in too much honey in your diet, too much concentrated, even if it's natural sugars, can upset the system, okay? So everybody, I'm going to tell you this one time. Are you worth 150 bucks? You can spend $150 on one bottle of product. Get a perfect day consultation. Go to my website at docofdetox.com and click on consultations. Take a look who you vibrate to. I go over every consult that comes in and people go, oh no, he can't do that. He can't do that. Yes, I do that. Okay, that's what I do in the mornings when I get up at 5:30 in the morning. I go over those things with all my practitioners. And the reality is we're going to create a map for you. You're going to fill out the forms. We're going to either Skype you or we're going to FaceTime you or we're going to WhatsApp you because we can go anywhere around the world. And then you're going to say, well, I'd like to meet with you in person. Well, you are. And the reality is, would you like to pay $150 and have lifetime support and have a guide and a coach because you're learning a language called self-love, self-care? When's the last time that you learned how to speak a new language in an hour? This is why we have to do this, and we have to charge only $150 because most people have been taught that they're not worth a nickel 95. And I'm sure you can do the math on that. Okay? And that's the God's truth. And it's not your fault. It's nobody's fault, but it is our responsibility to take it back. All right? Lisa, let me see here. How do you, okay, Cindy, how do you prep for the 2 weeks before the water fast? Well, what you do is you go to docofdetox.com and then you go in and you click on library. And then you click on the 6-day advanced water fasting guide. And the first video is the prep video. Okay? And I want you to go and watch it at your leisure. You're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to learn so much. You know what? If somebody else said they needed our help, we'll be there in a second. We'll be there in a second. Don't ask yourself why your relationship sucks with your body when you ignore your symptoms like pain, inflammation and swelling when they're actually your body saying, I love you. Would you rather I didn't give you any symptoms and I just let you die? This is the programming that's happened. So yeah, go there. Laura, are we able to fly down to Ixtapa without getting the jab? Yes, you are. Okay. Rafaela, and understand they're lying to everyone. So if you've been watching the news, then you should be hiding in your closet with a diaper on, a face diaper and a butt diaper, because you're crapping your drawers. So they told us we couldn't go to Vancouver, and we just drove down, came back. They told us we can't cross into different provinces, and people are doing it. They told us we couldn't go into United States Okay, and one of my dealers just drove down there to pick up a bunch of product and came back. They told us that people can't come from the United States to here, but no, they just want to know why. And you get the right guy, you're fine. They just let them come. So both ways I've seen openings. So are we done yet? Have you never lied to your child? Well, guess what? They think you're a child. They think I'm a child. And they're going to keep lying because guess what? We're not detectives and we don't love ourselves enough to question or challenge authority. And nobody has authority over you. You should be the only authority for you. Stop watching the news. Yeah, you just stop it. Okay? Don't be laughing at me, Sean. They're laughing at me, but I can't see that, but I can see you. Okay, all right. Let me think here. Rafaela, will the fasting products go on sale for the July fasting challenge? Well, let me think. Yes, darling, for you. But it's going to be a shorter period, though, okay, before my staff decides to shoot me. And my accountant and the marketing team, okay, all right? I've had to pull the reins back. It's like, oh my God, Darrell, please, you're not the one that does the finances here. So anyways, we are going to do it. We are absolutely going to do it. Everybody deserves and has the right and should be able to feel like they've been loved through the whole process of being on this planet. And if I don't do that for you, I apologize, but I'll keep on working on it. Okay? Lisa, any suggestions for a baby born with a club foot? Foot rotated internally at the ankle. He had the first surgery for the correction and on his third casting fit. I'm going to tell you something right now. Yeah, absolutely. And I'd be working on the baby's hip. I'd work on their knee gently with the Wolfe non-surgical. Wolfe non-surgical is very deep work, but it doesn't have to be painful. It's about connecting to the breath and working to the vibration of the person. I'm not kidding. Okay, so you can pull a tumor, a fibroid apart lovingly. Okay, you can pull adhesions apart. You can help to break up the calcification in the joints and tissues and the crystallization. You can untie things. So we would do that, but I would like to see the club foot, so please take a picture of it and then give me a call. And I want to know where you live. And I want to see the baby's face and I want to see the baby's body. And then I want you to write down everything that the baby is eating and drinking. And then we're going to have you come on. If you don't want to do a doc demo, I'll give you 10 minutes. If you want to do a doc demo with me live, I'll give you an hour or whatever it takes. We'll go on live. And then every other woman, every other man that has a baby is going to learn so much from you, and you're a Braveheart hero. So that's it. So when people want to come, the only way you get a consult with Dr. Wolfe, so I'm just letting you know this, the only way is if you're going to share it with the world so I can touch hundreds of thousands of people with your story, because their story is like yours. Okay? And I think you already know, I only talk about products when somebody asks me. Oh, and by the way, I just want to tell you that we are having our crystal sale, and it starts tonight at 1 minute to midnight. And if you don't know about crystals, this is the Bodyguard. This is the Bodyguard here, and they come in these colors, okay? They come in turquoise, they come in red, they come in blue, and they come in pink. And then we have the same thing for smaller people or children, or even people buy them for their pets. Now this will protect a person 15 feet from the middle outward, okay? Up and down. And then we have this, which is called, this is called a protector, which will actually go out 30 feet from here this way and 30 feet that way, 30 feet up and 30 feet down. That's a big enough house, don't you think? And then we have it in red, and then we have it in purple, okay? All right? The reason why I'm putting these back on sale tomorrow is I have Peter Webb coming on tomorrow at 10 a.m., and the reality is I'm putting this back on because everybody wants them, because they see 5G going up in their place. They're learning about this more, that the headaches, are the dry mouth, the toxicity, the nerve problems, the sleeping problems, the digesting problems. Hey, the invisible is worse than actually the physical. and we can't see it because we're light energy frequency beings, and this 5G, Wi-Fi, and cellular phones is knocking the crap out of everyone. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so it comes in a kind of a turquoise green, comes in a red, and then it comes in a really nice purple, and that's for your house. It's called a protector, where this was called a bodyguard. And this one here, okay, this one here is called a defender. You know what this will do? Okay, this will do a 50-acre building. You heard what I said, 50 acres, okay? So that could be a church, a school, or something like that, or it could be a factory. And this here will do, okay, this will do 50 acres, okay? Is it 50 acres? Yeah, it'll do 50 acre. This will do 50 acres, and it's called the Guardian. So you can have this somewhere beautiful. You don't have to bury it under the ground, and you are going to see and you are going to feel a difference. This will work on your garden, and it'll work on any of your cattle, animals. Doesn't matter what the animals are, what you're raising, if you're a farmer or they're just your pets. But it'll work on both of those things. And the other thing that we're going to be putting on sale, and it's all there, we can only do 15% on these products because these are 100% pure crystal. So the price you're paying, you could pay the same price for these crystals without the radionics in it, protecting you with almost all my main nutritionals. The vibration is in here, okay? But it'll protect you 5G, Wi-Fi. You'll see it. You'll see your skin start to change. Okay, you'll start sleeping better. You will see noticeable difference in yourself. So watch for it. Okay, all right. And then we have what's called the Dock of Detox Smart Guard. Goes on your phone, and this will work up to. Let me see here. I just don't want to get it wrong, but it's the best one that I could find in the years that I was searching it. Yeah. So this will do 98. So it'll go anywhere depending on the intensity from about 90 to 98 protection on the phone. All right. Anyways, that's that. Let's answer the rest of the questions and let everybody get on with their day, especially Sean. Okay. Let me see here.
I'm just coming up with some ideas for the new set down south.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we got so much going on, you know, with trying to get everything to run smooth when we leave here. We have 3 fulfillment centers throughout United States to make sure we get everybody their product. And you know what we're doing, everybody, because I know they're going to pull the COVID coup, and that'll happen around September, early October. And I want to be wrong because I want to be happy, and I won't be unhappy, but I probably won't be wrong. So I don't want to get into all that they have planned, but if you go and buy the Great Reset, you can go in and find out the whole formula, and it's all came true to date. Eh, Sean? So all you have to do is, if you want to go, because that's the rule, you're allowed to poison anyone and kill people as long as you let them know you're going to do it. And then if they go along with it, like they're not, the same guy that wants to give you the V is the same guy that says he wants the population to come down by 6.5 B. Seriously, when are we going to wake up, sleepwalkers? Okay, so where was I? What was I talking about again? Was important. Oh yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get at least 10 months of product, okay, already lined up, because the bottles, the caps, the labels, you have no idea. You know what? If somebody believes in the COVID, the C thing, they'll shut down their whole factory. And if they're making our product, we don't get it until it's over. Or they have a staff of about 20%, and then they tell you it's not going to take 2 months. It's actually going to take us 8 months. So no. Okay, so why am I telling you this? Because if you don't learn to pivot, if you don't learn to go, this is planet Earth, a fun-filled, life-threatening adventure, and it's an adventure where my life will be threatened, my business will be threatened every day, but I will protect it with my Braveheart roar. Okay. All right. Lisa, there's only 3 more and I'm done. I can't do the others. But you know what we'll do tomorrow, everyone? Because I'll make you this promise. I'll go through maybe 4 or 5 posts tomorrow, and I won't do anything except go through and answer those questions. and try the ones that really need, and I believe they need me to be more thorough. We should do that once a week, shouldn't we? Just, so we'll leave it like maybe Friday mornings, won't we? We'll try to do that. But I'll try to do it the best I can. But tomorrow we will do it, won't we? It's tomorrow Thursday. Yeah, we can do it. We don't have anything. Well, we do have lots, but we don't have another show with the fasting. So tomorrow I'll go through those. Any suggestions? Okay, got that. What is the best way to protect the magnetic field around me? Go walk in the grass and go in nature as much as you possibly can. Drink structured water. Make sure you detoxify and keep your colon moving good in your liver. And only put high vibrational foods in your mouth and drink, and high vibrational people in your life. There you go. And also turn the Wi-Fi off before you go to bed. And turn off your phones and keep your phone away from you. And, don't make your phone your heartbeat, okay, that it has to be on or you'll die. Seriously, make blue light poisoning like your phone, your computer, your television, and the LED lighting in your life, okay? Know that it's not friendly, all right? And just know that people that work on computers don't have a great relationship with themselves or their family unless they're going to get something like Tesla glasses, because blue blockers only block some of it. Whereas Tesla glasses take the blue light and it actually regenerates the brain, thank you very much, and it will reverse eye diseases, eye disorders, and you won't have the headaches, you won't have the burning mouth, you won't have the low vibrational feel, okay? Did you get that? And you won't be at that edgy grumpiness that you're just waiting to come to a loved one because no one else would put up with you so that you can grump at them. You think I'm kidding? You're a spirit being. If you don't want to honor it, then you're dishonoring it. Okay. Chrissy, does black gold help with thyroid, Graves, weight loss, gut issues, and burnt out adrenals? Yes, it does. But also take a look at the humic concentrate liquid, okay? And my God, the infinite iodine, go to town on that. And then you're going to see big changes, okay? And then get a perfect day consultation. My God, $150, and that's it for life, okay? Listen, this company ain't going anywhere, and I don't know anything I'd rather do than talk to you. I can't talk to everyone, but you know what? That's how we set up. We don't take, I don't like emails. I don't like texting. I like talking. I want to hear your voice. And we want to hear your voice. I've got 9 people that answer phones. Not all full time, but I've got 8 people that answer phones full time. And guess what? If you can't get through, calm down, go do something you love, come back, and then just picture the call going through. Because sometimes we get busy because we love people. And people matter. Their questions matter. It's not a sales pitch. This is how I have to live. You either bring your vibration up or you bring it down. And I need to bring mine up as high as I can and keep knowing that it's an infinite thing. How does structured water protect you from chemical and heavy metals? Why don't you go and read about structured water in my book, Healthy to 100. Start there. And you can get my Healthy to 100 PDF book free if you go into my library at docofdetox.com. And you can also get the A to Z Masterclass, which was worth almost $1,000 if you put in Wolfe with an E on the end, non-surgical. And you can get the Braveheart free, which is almost another $1,000 free if you put in Braveheart free. So let's get the emotional going. Let's look after our physical. Go check out the 4 pillars of the perfect day. Okay, but for the person who wants to know about water, look up 4th phase water. It's real. But understand, mankind will not sell something that they can't repeat selling to you, and that they have to sell you something that's going to break down. So it's got to have filters, it's got to have electricity, because eventually it's going to break down. Okay, this, what are you going to do with this? Well, I don't know, probably pass it down 3 to 4 generations. Okay. All right, it's called a portable structure unit. We also have a house unit. We also have a shower unit, okay? And you haven't showered in water until you've done structured water. You can't filter your shower water. Hundreds of thousands of gallons going through, the filter's already messed up. Okay, you got to structure like nature does. How much iodine for teenagers between the age of 12 and 14? 5 sprays like an adult. Annette, and they can also nebulize it. And you can't OD on this, guys. Okay, this isn't like glucose iodine or nascent iodine where it's already toxic, but you need iodine. And if you take too much of it, you can throw your thyroid out of metabolic harmony. It doesn't happen that way. Not with this. Okay? Annette, which foods and environments contain iodide? Fish, but I'm not big on fish, especially codfish. Kelp. You can only eat so much kelp. You know, you can get those flakes, like they're like crackers made out of kelp. But why don't you just Google it, okay? The reality is that any sea vegetable, okay, because infinite iodine comes off the ocean, tons of it. Why do you think, you know, when you believe, okay, that you deserve everything beautiful, and you focus on that, you don't watch the news, you don't talk about what other people's bullshit, excuse me, I'm sorry, but bullshit that comes out of their mouth, God love your family and your friends and everybody else that are all just parrots. I don't put up with it, do I, Sean? Does that ever go on here? Does it ever go on here?
No.
How long does it go on for?
About 4 seconds, maybe less.
Yeah. Because I want to give people the gift of themselves. That's not your authentic self. Okay? Let me show you something so you know I'm not fooling around. This is what you get in the Wolfe non-surgical course. We've got 24 people already coming to Extapa in September. September 11th, and I already went through it all. I don't want to keep repeating it. Go to extapapalace.com, and we'll be putting up our own website and putting up information on that, okay? And but this is it. This is a 380-page manual that I will tell you it's better than any university manual because it's not just technical. It works off a high vibration, and it's all about frequency. And it talks about the issues in your tissues, how everything psychological becomes physical. That's what you get when you take my 11-day course. And you also get tons of videos, and you get tons of support, and you also get what's called the Practitioner's Portal, which has over 200 really live personal consultations that people allowed us to put up there, from divorce to suicide to every autoimmune disease to pimples to you name it, to period problems, menopausal problems, psychological problems. They're all there for your training. And this is what we call the Perfect Day Manual. Take a look at this. This manual, you can use this manual. It's also 385 pages. This manual, well, if I gave this to you and you took my course, I promise you that if you have confidence, you will be performing as a health practitioner better than anyone else within 200 kilometers, 200 miles around you. And I'll tell you why. Because the truth is what we need today, and we don't get the truth. And I give the truth. So just know that. So I've never been a practitioner, Dr. Wolfe, and I already feel like a fraud when it comes to health. Yeah, well, they did that to you. All we got to do is find your true, authentic self and give you the proper systems and guides and teach you how to create a perfect day from people with problems, whether emotional or physical, from A to Z, and you're going to rock the show. Nobody wants their money back from me, you know, and I'll give you your money back if the course is not meant for you. So the course is meant for you if you've always wanted to be a professional and you wanted to be a practitioner, or if you just wanted to, I want to, for the first time in my life, actually have a healthy family and get rid of all the disgusting lies that have been passed down through the generations. Because actually, if you were given a health guide with the way that God creates things, there would be no diseases unless they were intentional. Thank you very much. Okay, and then also with the course, in the Whole Life Coach, I showed you that. They also get this. This is the Braveheart 12 Loving Steps. And if you haven't taken a look at the Braveheart 12 Loving Steps, like the Love Band, Life Band, the mirror work. I'm going to be doing a whole thing on the 12 Loving Steps. You can go watch the 12 Loving Steps video and the 12 Loving Steps guide that's in my library, and understand something. You're not screwed up, okay? You're not you're not twisted. You're not evil, and you're not dumb. You're programmed, okay? You are a beautiful person with a spirit and a beautiful heart. And the elite psycho killers have been working on us for thousands of years. Thousands of years. They couldn't get it right with Stalin. They couldn't get it right, and they didn't win with Hitler. But you know what? They're not going to win this time either. You have to understand that I truly believe, and it's my own belief, so it won't beat me up. God already gave me everything that I need to create an amazing life. God's not going to step in all the time when we've already been given the power to heal, the power to change on an emotional and physical level. So understand, it's not your fault if you're suffering today, but it's your responsibility. Stop telling the same story that makes you feel like crap. And stop telling the same story, because if it makes you feel like crap, then you look like crap. Nobody wants to be around you. Your vibration sucks. It's sucking the life out of everyone else and yourself. Again, it's not your fault, but you've got to wake up. So first, we're sleepwalkers. We all are. There's nobody. And then we wake up, and you can't wake up a sleepwalker before it's time. It'll bite you. And the reality is once you wake up, then you've got to become awoken, which means you've got to certify and you've got to process what you think is right and continually challenge that. And then when every belief inside your subconscious that says, no, 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 is saying yes, yes, yes to you, because you've done it 10,000 times. And then when you're unconscious of your thoughts, you're not killing yourself anymore, because the only thoughts you have in there are high vibrational regeneration, rejuvenation, restoration, and loving the nation. And that's where we got to go. So I'll be on tomorrow with Peter Webb at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we're just going to talk about this. And I'll tell you why. We weren't going to bring him on until near the end of the summer. But if you knew how many people are going, when are you going to have a sale on the life crystals? When are you going to have a sale on them? When are you going to have a sale on me? Hey, Sean, we're done. So we'll do this sale, and then it's done until the fall sometime or later. All right? Anyways, be the crystal of your life. Vibrate high. Have the best day of your life, Braveheart. Take care. Good day, Bravehearts. I know that you know that the landscape has changed. I know that people like myself are being censored. Understand something, though. They can shut me down, but they can't shut me up. If you want the real truth, and you want me to actually keep bringing information that I truly believe can be not just life-changing, but life-saving, please go to my Telegram channel, t.me/the Doc of Detox. First, you have to download it. You can download it on your phone or on your computer. Also, you can go to my BitChute channel, The Doc of Detox. I am going to continue to give you the most amazing information to help you to change your brain, to change your life, to save your life, to help your family. But some of that information can never come on some other platforms, and you know that already. So I don't want to get shut down, and I don't want to shut up. So go to BitChute, go to Telegram, but on Facebook, I'll keep coming here and pouring out my heart and teaching you how to take massive personal action on your life. And everything that's on Facebook, everything that's on YouTube will always be on BitChute, and it'll always be on Telegram. Love yourself well, Braveheart, but take massive personal action. You are the change that you've been searching for. God bless.
Free socks.
70 all around the world.
Good afternoon, everyone, and it's an honor to be here to see all you brave hearts.
Good day, I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe. Do you know why you or your friends or your family are struggling with their health? Well, because they've never been given a strategy. And every time they go to see a health practitioner, whether it's medical or natural, all they're doing is getting Band-Aids. What if we were able to create a strategy that you could create the perfect day from the minute you woke up until you went to bed, and then we continue to guide and support you along your journey as you grow, your program grows. And what if you only paid one price, and you had unlimited support and guidance for the rest of your life? That's called the Perfect Day Consultation.